Lesson 8. Focus on frontside top turn. You have learned in Lesson 5 and 6 the frontside top turn, performed standalone or after a bottom turn. In Lesson 7 we have discussed the bottom turn in more detail. Lesson 8 now takes a focused look at the top turn itself. When you perform the top turn frontside as opposed to backside, you can push the tail of your board and your fins with the heel of your back foot. Therefore, you can exert much more force onto the tail of your board than with your toes. Consequently, you will throw more spray off the lip of the wave. Your hand at the bar. As explained in Lesson 7, when you approach the wave after your bottom turn, you usually control your kite with only one hand at the bar. Before you reach the wave, you again give your kite the steering input with one determined strong pull to fly your kite into the other side of the wind window. Learn when to do this pull to get your timing right. If you pull too early, your kite will pull you away from the wave before you reach its pocket. If you pull too late, your kite may pull you over the wave, preventing your top turn. Afterwards, you push out the bar so you can fully concentrate on the top turn without your kite interfering or pulling you. Only later, when you are ready to ride off the wave after your top turn, you will pull the bar again. Movement of your kite. You can fly your kite low into the other side of the wind window away from the wave. Your trailing hand. Your free backhand or arm is also called the trailing arm or trailing hand. Stretch out your trailing arm before the top turn, pointing towards the wave. Throw your trailing hand backwards strongly in one go while keeping your arm straightened. The movement of sending your trailing hand backwards should be as strong as you can against the rotational direction of your top turn. With this, you create additional torque, spin, and rotational forces onto your body and your board during the top turn. This rider does not use his trailing hand to its full potential. The rider does not throw his hand backwards to support the rotation during his top turn. This rider has the trailing hand right. The rider throws the straightened trailing arm backwards against the rotation to support the top turn. You will see when you are on the water that the right usage of your trailing hand will make a huge difference to a powered frontside top turn. Your head and your front shoulder. During the top turn, you should lead the turn with your head and your shoulders. This means that you turn your head sharply into the direction of your top turn and you throw your front shoulder at the same time into this direction. Throwing your trailing hand backwards can help support this movement. The sharp turn of your head and your front shoulder into the direction of the top turn, as well as the counter movement of your trailing hand, will support the pressure of your hips and legs onto the board, so you can turn your board as sharply and as fast as possible into the new direction. All of this should happen in the pocket of the wave. Your legs and your board. When you reach the pocket of the wave, firmly push the tail of your board with your back leg. Straighten your back leg as much as you can. Bend your front leg to support the full turn of your board. When turning on a wave with speed, you are redirecting your movement within a fraction of a second, creating significant G-forces onto your body, which are absorbed by your legs and mostly your back leg. You may notice this particularly during your first top turns. You will have to withstand this force with your legs, pushing hard. The spray you can throw during this maneuver with the tail of your board and with your fins reflect the strong forces during the top turn. Try to stay relaxed during the maneuver, despite the high forces your body has to absorb. You will soon realize that the key to a well-performed top turn is that your body stays loose. Your top turns will get tighter and the spray you throw will get higher. If you do not have a lot of speed going towards the wave, for instance, in light wind conditions, put even more emphasis on the movements of your body during the top turn, because the lack of speed and momentum of your body will not support you as much. In this case, throw your trailing hand backwards even harder and push even harder with your back leg while straightening it and bending your front leg. Turn your board as much as you can. Your top turn will still look spectacular despite the lack of power. Slide out the tail of your board. The movements of your frontside top turn can be exaggerated by overturning your board, sliding the tail of your board in an accentuated manner with your back foot. Your board can then turn 180 degrees or even more. It is easier to do this with less speed. Try to fully straighten your back leg while bending your front leg. With this, you can almost come to a full halt and then slide at the end of your top turn. For further progression, aim your board vertical to the wave. This will give you an even more explosive and complete turn. Summary: steer the kite with one strong pull into the other side of the wind window and then push out the bar. Before the top turn, point your back arm towards the wave. Then support your turn by throwing your trailing hand backwards against the rotation of the turn. When you reach the pocket of the wave, throw your head and shoulders into the direction of the turn. Firmly push the tail of your board with your back leg. Straighten your back leg as much as possible. You can even bend your front leg. You can accentuate these movements to slide out the tail of your board, or in lighter winds with less power to create a spectacular frontside top turn with explosive spray.